Forest. It's as if it's all happened before.
And feel on the markets.
Huh?
If the world's a simulation, then a deja vu is a glitch in the matrix.
Or a message from the other side.
What is life but our brain's chemical perception? Your eyes see, your brain chemistry reacts. Here we just remove the middleman and we go straight to the chemistry. Call it a homecoming.
It's Flat Earth Friday, and we are live. How are you doing this evening, brother?
I'm great. I'm excited to be here, man. It's good to be here with you and everybody that's tuned in. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I'm super pumped about this. It's 7 years in the making for us, really. We've been going against Jaren and this same cast of fake flat earthers that promote the Freemason New World Order pressurized pizza dome that has the sun doing horizontal circles over Earth, and that is just so discredited. It's incredible. And here we have the false dichotomy that has been set up. We've had Pastor, I'm going to use the quotation marks, Will Duffy has said this is not a false dichotomy. We've got so many clips to go through that we're not even going to get into that tonight. You know, we've been working a little bit, and now we finally have the opportunity to go through what's been taking place. We are the documented all guys, and so we've got the timestamps. We've bringing up old material, things that we've been covering and saying for the last 7 years, and it's all coming together now because, you know, Jaren's all in. He says that you know, we see 24-hour sun in Antarctica and Earth's a globe, right? There's no other explanation for it, even though he went live tonight doing damage control, showing the other explanation for it while saying there's no other explanation for it. So there's a lot to go through, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was saying some crazy stuff. We're definitely renting space in this guy's brain. I mean, all we're out here doing and have been doing is documenting stuff and trying to find truth. You know, he wants to mock us for that. Go right ahead. We're going to continue to show timestamp after timestamp of exactly what we said we've been doing the entire time for 9 years long, even 10 years. We've been on the similar path, and Jaren's going to be the one that we said was going to be the one to sink the fake flat earth. He is the Bible hating, you know, hates the scriptures, hates the God of the Bible. That guy that's been LARPing or pretending to be a fake flat earther the entire time, who was the whole centerpiece of the largest hit piece documentary that was ever filmed, Behind the Curve.
Yeah, he's done it before, right?
He was the guy that measured the curve. It was the outro of the documentary. The thumbnail, or the, you know, the actual poster of it was Jaren wearing an orange shirt, you know. So we called it a year before that, right? And we're still out here calling it. And, you know, it's just crazy how Jaren is like trying to make us some kind of prophets or something. I mean, We just saw what we saw. We documented it. And, due to the information and what we were seeing, we made predictions. And June 14th, 8:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's actually coming true. Jaren is fulfilling fundamental truth number 2. Who else was it going to be, Jay? Who else was going to be the one that proves the Earth is a globe and debunks the Bible? If it's not going to be,
I thought maybe Bob would come back, right?
well, Jaren said Bob's not a credible witness to go down to view the 24-hour sun.
Yeah, he's got the same bad rep for what he did in the mockumentary, right?
He proved rotation, right? Jaren proved curvature, and the whole documentary was called Behind the Curve, right? So lo and behold, coincidentally, 2 coincidence theorists walk into a bar. I mean, coincidentally, here is Jaren saying that he's got the balls. The correct word is chutzpah. Chutzpah. He's got the chutzpah to go down to Antarctica and prove that the Earth is a globe. Right? They're saying that if they witness the sun that doesn't set, which we've been showing them for a while now, that the sun doesn't set in both the north and the south. We were one of the first people to actually investigate it over and over and over again until we actually were able to stand on something that we felt was truth, right? Until we're corrected. And he's been denying it for 7 or 8 years, Jaren. We're going to show you tonight. You're going to be able to see the information, see the timestamps. We're the Document Everything team. YouTube took my channel down with well over 1,000 videos, way over. Gone. Now, some of them transferred to Odyssey. That's great. But we lost a large chunk of the evidence that I had compiled. My Facebook page, gone. Huge amount of timestamps and links. That's what we're about here. It's what our passion project has been. Mine has been long before I met Jason, and Jason just had very similar path than I had. So we work here together, and we've been documenting the truth. But this other team, Jaren and Globebusters, if you go and you look at their content, it's all gone. All of it is gone. You can't find any of the regular Globebusters programs. All of Jeranism's flat Earth career is gone. It's gone. It's not online. You can't get it. So I'll let you guys be the judge here tonight as we go through the information. Jason, this is the end of my rant here. I do not care if the Earth was a sphere, if it was a hot dog or a popsicle. I don't care what shape it was. If it was a pressurized pizza dome flying upwards, I don't care. I don't care. I just want to find the truth, and that's all I've been doing, right? And I'm going to continue to do that, and you're going to see time and time again that that's all I've ever really wanted to do. I don't want to fight with nobody. Jaren seems a lot calmer, he's not as aggressive as he used to be, when he put the pumping, bleeding heart and how he went after the Bible over and over. He's not doing that stuff lately. So, I see improvement. He's now actually believing that there's a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. So I feel like there's been some victories here. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight.
Yeah, so we're going to go through what's currently taking place, all surrounding what is being referred to as the final experiment, which has been shown by so many people to be such a terrible name because it's not an experiment, it's an observation. But regardless, you have the globe earthers and you have Jaren saying that there's only 2 options. It's black or white. It's either a globe or it's a pressurized pizza dome, and it all hinges on this 24-hour sun in the south. So we're going to get into this this content here, and it's just going to be more timestamps. We're going to be laying this out. This is an opportunity I just want to share with all of you right now, that from here until this final observation takes place in December, if you want to actually be a part of fighting for the truth, get timestamps and share them with us. We're on Telegram at the Reality Check chat. The link is in the description box. And there's a group of people that are already participating in this. And what we want to do is with the timestamps that come in, we want to sort through them. And we want to find the most relevant ones, and we want to share them. And that's going to be the content for the summer and fall. So participate, be a part of this, right?
Yeah, we're going to do it regardless. But we'd love to have y'all join us, on Telegram and share what you find. Get involved, do something. We're always trying to promote doing something. And that's because we like to do things. And, I'm excited tonight. It's been a long time for me. I remember, how shitty it felt when I finally, got to talk with Jaren my first time, on a live stream. And it was It was him mocking me. You'll find out later tonight when I was actually showing him that the sun rises south of east and sets south of west everywhere in the southern part of the map. And I showed him this because I wanted him to know that the AE map and model was an easily debunked straw man created to take down the truth in the Bible. And I tried to share it with him, and he made fun of me and mocked me and continued to call me names. And to this very day, he's still doing the same thing. And but the only thing that's changed is he's now saying the things that I was teaching him 8 years ago. He's now trying to teach them and act like he's rehabilitated himself, and he found it all on his own, right?
All right. Well, let's show everybody what we're talking about. We'll see you after this break, y'all.
There's a place I know, yeah, it's filled with smoke, where the despair meets the road. See the dreams and the pain on the buildings, overgrown in steel, I feel it in my throat. There's a place I know, a place I know, a city that breathes. This is a city that breathes. The smoke through the streets, they'll line up to bleed for the money they need. This is the city that breathes. On these nights we see the devil to be. Water runs up colors, we watch it flow through the streets. From the mountain high to the rocks below, there's a place I know, a place I know, a place I know. The smoke through the streets, they'll line up to bleed for the money they need. This is the city that breathes.
Canada's industrial capital, hub of Ontario's prosperous golden horseshoe. Gateway to Niagara, Europe, gateway to the future.
There's a place I know, yeah, it's filled with smoke, where the despair meets the road. From the mountain high to the rocks below, there's a place I know, and I call it home.
And we are back. And you mentioned getting inside these guys' heads. I want to.
I mean, did you hear that last song? Gave a shout out to my home province of Ontario, literally the same town I was from. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So yeah, getting into the content here, we got Jake the asshole, who used to be Jake the flat earth asshole. But when he decided to jump ship and follow us, he took flat earth out of his name, right? But he continues to pretend like he's a flat earther.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, 9,000 views streamed 5 days ago. And what's he doing? He is covering what we covered. So even though we're not New World Order agents getting paid to do this stuff and collect donations and all this kind of stuff, shilling and profiting off of the content, we're still out ahead of him. And then he was covering this. And covering this, I mean, apparently what he does is, let me just zoom in here. apparently what he does is he just types in Awake Souls in the YouTube search bar, and then he covers what we cover afterwards, right? Because that's what he's doing.
Well, I mean, he was doing a great job at breaking down. So I had done a video a few years ago about rig sports, and Jake jumped on it. He jumped on it real quick, and he actually did a good job. We thought he did a great job breaking down the rig sports. I even shared this guy's content like hundreds, if not thousands of times, because it was clear, good evidence of the NFL being rigged. But everything else that he does is just gross shilly. You know, him trying to be, what is it, like, I'm probably coming in hot here. Let me turn down. He's trying to be what is his, like, whole persona here? Is he a wizard? What's with the hat?
Jester. He's a jester.
A jester. So he does, like, comedy and he does, like, what do you call those? Impersonations? That's his thing?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Like,
you can pay him to do impersonations. We're going to be going through that. That's basically that's the bulk of his content now. Pay him to do impersonations.
Apparently, I've got an echo.
I don't know about that.
Doubled. Might have the internal doubled.
Oh, it is possible. All right, how do I change this? I'm going to go to thumbnail. And that
should be
right
good.
There should fix it.
It should be good, everybody. Hopefully you don't drop the ball like Patricia Steers' return. I mean, why would they not, just to talk while Jason's doing this, why wouldn't they start again if it was that bad? I mean, if everything went off about the beginning here of the podcast, me and Jason, if everything was off, I would have said, hey, let's start again clean. I don't understand why they didn't, but let's see. Do you have it still doubled?
It should.
Internal sound, and then I see at the far end screen. Okay, it's good. Thank you, YD. 5x5, all good.
Actually,
should be good.
I'm gonna mute that one too, and that should really make sure.
Now I should be dialed in, right, everybody? It's not quite as good as Jason's mic, but yeah, okay. Let's get back to the topic. But what a disaster! Do you think that they do that on purpose, or did Mark just really not know how to run a live stream?
I don't know. We'll be getting to that one.
I'm confused.
Yeah, right now we're gonna start with Jake here. And look at
the screen, everybody. Look at this. This is Jake's screen share, right? That's not your screen share.
No, this is.
Make sure everybody can see.
Back out here. This is Jake the Asshole, streamed 5 days ago, 9.1 thousand views. And if you go to 5655 in the video, when he's covering this content right here that we already covered.
Okay, so this is.
All right. What's he got in his search bar? Awake Souls. So all he does is he looks up what we are doing, and then he decides to cover that. So you can also see the other things that he's into. This Flatline, exposing what flat earthers really believe. If you haven't watched this yet, this is the absolute, they're flatlining flat earth with all the straw man takedowns of the Freemason New World Order pressurized pizza dome, and they're doing the character assassinations of all the fake flat earthers that have been involved in promoting it as well.
Yeah, that's a big PSYOP presentation, 7 hours long, almost 8 hours long.
Yeah, so we're just going to point something out from it, but yeah, that would be a big one to go through and do the point for point on, but we could, obviously. So
it's a long one. Just doing a check again. Is my sound back and good? Even though, let's just keep going.
Yeah, the last one here is the Flat Earth coordinates with Team Kawasaki, Awake Souls, and Limitless.
I like Kawasaki. I like they're pretty good bikes. They make good stuff. It's not that much of an insult.
So I just want to point out that I have worked on a response video to this, and it's a big one. It's like 45 minutes long to play the clips that he says and to respond to it. But I'm going to let everybody know right now, Team Yahawashai is going to stand corrected and in a much higher position as a result of what Q did with that hit piece. And I see it as a great thing. I'm looking forward to putting that video out, because it really just makes Q look like such a jackass Freemason is what it really exposes him as. So that'll be coming out probably this weekend. Now back to Jake here. I just wanted to point out that the way we're so inside his head, he's got awake souls. And
he was watching your stuff before he went live to make sure he got the talking points.
Yep. All right, so let's jump ahead here to 5838 in this video.
Or he's just a gang stalking grifter.
We'll start from here.
Hold on! We're defeating it right now! Look at that son of a bitch! Just pulled out a control panel. Damn it! Down with the earth! Biden is president! Down with Trump! Ah!
It's bad acting.
It's so
Your
bad.
version of it was way better.
It was epic.
Now,
Yeah, it was good.
who wouldn't take the flat earth topic seriously after seeing that? If you see that, of course you know that flat earth topic that they're going to discuss is totally a serious deal, right?
Oh, serious deal. Says the guy with the jester hat on, that as we're going to be showing, we got more clips of the way this jester acts in his live stream. What he's saying right here is that when people act like jackasses, right, they make themselves easily discreditable, and that's literally what this jackass does.
Okay.
His whole stream.
Revelation of the method. Okay, that's exactly what he's doing, and it's weak. This witchcraft is the weakest witchcraft I've ever seen in all my lives. This is got to be the weakest. Him and Jaren. I mean, the two of them, and they live in the same area. They know each other. They're friends, right? Get out of here. Coincidentally, the two grifter gang stalkers live in the same part of the world. They can drive to each other's houses, huh? Coincidentally.
Gross, yeah. So we'll be pointing out just the total jackassery of this guy that says acting like a buffoon makes you discreditable.
I mean, you've been lied to about where you live your whole life. You've been lied to about what this place is.
Is?
Wait, hang on. When Jake's saying what this place is, this is my huge problem with all of these people. Veritas channel, Red's Rhetoric, Jeranism, Jake, all the people, Will Duffy, you're all being held accountable here. Okay. You've all been lied to about what this place is. Don't be going and completely saying that you're going to stand on one side or the other because of someone's observation. That is a false dichotomy. What you need to slow down in and think about is what the entire reality is what the lie has been about. And it's not a physical, terrestrial, pressurized, contained open plane. Okay. This is the key topic of this whole entire discussion, whether it's ball or whether it's flat, is not to just be stuck on the shape of the floor. It's the whole entire experience.
But there's another way to ultra simplify this. And it's not black and white. It's not two choices. It's three. So Jake knows that it's not a globe, right? There goes one of the three. He knows that it's not a pressurized pizza dome. Two, there goes two, is the second of the third. And now all of a sudden the only one that's left is the one that's accurate to 100th of a degree per second based on an observer's latitude, longitude, and elevation, right? So it's great to deny the globe. It's great to deny the pressurized pizza dome, but then he refuses to go to the model that actually works while talking about how we don't know what this place is, and talking about the third model explains what this place is, right? That's where you can tell that he's a shill, that he refuses. He's a gatekeeper. He just won't go any further.
Yeah, well, he came out of the math boy land, who was an actor who played a gay man in, what was it, MTV. He did gay things for money from people in Hollywood. And then Jake came out through him, right? And then math gave us how the Tavistock programming works, where they come in, they infiltrate, they start saying the same things as the truth or the group they want to infiltrate, like flat earth. Jake came over and said the A maps this and that, and then what they do is they start to act crazy and to subvert the truth, disinforming people, right? And this is exactly what Jake's done to a T.
Yeah, and the next character that we're going to be covering is Pat. Pat's back, and Pat literally has in Pat's thumbnails Special Agent Infiltrator. So they come out, the revelation of the method. They tell you right to your face, and if you don't recognize it, you're too dumb and you deserve what you get, is what they say.
You've been lied to about how much land there is, how big it is, what shape it is. But it's so hilarious! Let's goof off like a bunch of morons.
Oh, he's against goofing off like morons. All right, keep that in mind, everyone.
To make sure that the topic is taken.
He's wearing a jester brave hat, right?
To make sure the topic is taken seriously. I mean, this is...
So you see how these three dudes basically can run the topic through the shitter. And
like you do.
Flat Earth Dave back there, the bald one, he's a Flat Earth controlled opposition figure with a tracking app, and he's taking some heat for making this appearance on InfoWars, because even the Flat Earth AE Matt cult members who were duped by Dave and Jeranism and Eric Dubé and such, they are now giving Dave shit because even they know that Alex Jones is controlled opposition. So even the Circle Sun Flat Earth cult members are asking Dave Weiss, why did he go on InfoWars? Why did he do that terrible opening skit there with Eddie Bravo and Alex Jones and look like a total shillbag with the globe?
Why is he videotaping?
His
Is
right
a better question.
Jaren is now.
Have you ever
having
seen
to
someone
also-
as a guest on a TV show and they start filming the TV show being filmed?
Being filmed.
What is he doing?
Oh, I wonder if he shares his footage of that.
I don't know.
Be interesting.
So answer those questions about his right-hand man Dave here going on InfoWars. So there's a trickle-down effect. Everyone who Dave has associated with is now being asked why Dave went on InfoWars. And they have to be like, well, he's not a shill. Don't call him a shill.
That's exactly what Jaren's doing. Don't call him a shill.
Alex Jones isn't a shill. They're just two people who do podcasts and are on YouTube. So they just like, we're talking to each other. That's all.
He said it's totally normal.
Chad
That's what
Hurry
Jaren
says
said.
Land on the Moon. Oh, we're getting a request for Land on the Moon. All right. Just
What
for
do you
you,
mean?
Chad Hurry.
What's this?
Land on the moon. We land on
What?
the moon. Land
What
on
is
the
this?
moon.
You send him $10 and then he starts singing Land on the Moon.
After saying that doing stupid stuff discredits yourself. I mean, you just pay him and he discredits himself.
That's exactly, yeah. 3 hours of it. 3 hours and 33 minutes or something.
The truth jester. And he's buddies with the truth Jesuit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, coincidentally.
We land on the moon. Land on the moon. We land on the moon. Hey, take it over. You go to the moon. Then you know that we'll come back soon. We're off to the left. We're off to the right.
I gotta play this just so people can see how retarded.
Someone put in his chat coincidence.
Land on the moon. We
Get out
land
of
on
here.
the moon. Land on the moon. We land
This is-
on the moon. And
So this is, you tune in to Jake and you can pay him to do this.
Well, he's telling you that people that do this are discrediting things that are important.
Yeah, There's a little bit he says after this, but I just want people to get a taste of what Jake does.
We will come back soon. We'll rove up north. We'll rove down south.
And I mean, this
we'll rove to
crazy
the
guy
east,
had
we'll
your
rove to
channel
the west, and
in his
beach to
search
north.
bar.
We'll
While he's
rove
doing
the
this, he's
best.
looking
We
at
land
Awake
on
Souls
them
on
on,
his
we
screen.
land on them on, land
He
on
sees it
them
in the
on,
search
we
bar.
land on them on, land on them on, we land on them on. Row, row. Everybody say row, row, row. Come on, y'all.
Crazy.
Row, row, row.
Are you guys kidding?
Everybody
right now?
say row, row, row. Let's get down. Row,
Woo!
row, 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 row.
This is better. This is
Row, 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 row.
What the?
On the moon. All right.
all right.
Just for you. And then I saw Holden, another donation coming in.
Oh,
He says,
Mhm.
my second donation of the night. How was your day, Jake? Oh, my day was okay. I slept in and then wasn't sure what to do with myself. It was one of those Saturdays where I didn't have
Doesn't have
a
to.
plan, didn't know what to do. And I had just come back from a trip to the coast, so I had already went somewhere and did something. So it was like, okay, I should probably do something with the YouTube channel. I should probably do something. And so I threw together this live stream.
copy our last stream or whatever.
Yeah, he searched Awake Souls and decided to sing Land on the Moon, right?
Oh boy, don't do it.
The last few hours, just decided, okay, I'll talk about these new updates in the Alex Jones deal and with
Just
the
want to give you some
flat Earth
updates.
experiment. And I
Experiment.
just thought I'd just shoot
It's
the
like the
shit
gum,
with
huh?
you guys on a Saturday night.
Flat Earth experiment.
Yeah, this is my day pretty much.
That's his
Just
day.
getting ready for this and then now doing this. So I'd say it's going pretty good.
What a great day.
Flat Earth Jester, the
All right.
asshole, doing what
So,
the asshole does best.
We're going
Spout
from
out,
Alex
you know what?
Jones to the flat Earth topic.
Oh,
I'm trying to transition everyone.
What a
there
transition.
smoothly
You gonna
by
teach us about
Like a
the flat
DJ.
Earth?
and David
Wow.
Weiss
Gonna
acting
mix
like
it?
a couple of shill bags over a very serious topic. The Earth is not a globe. We have been lied to. It's a serious deal. And so now they have shill bags shitting on the topic and making
Oh.
it look like a big joke. To where if you're on the fence, you're more likely
Land
to
on the
stay
moon.
Land on the Moon.
the globe side. You're more likely to think those guys are idiots. All right.
Boy, did he have a revelation of the Methodist there.
Ooh,
Now we can get to
that was tight. And so he's gonna. This is the big transition, right? Pay attention.
Anybody wearing a hat like this, telling you about being discreditable, you know, I mean, you still fall for this? Come on.
This is the big transition, setting it up.
more important topic, the final flat Earth experiment.
All right, more important.
That's not what it's called.
There it is.
Oh,
But
first,
but
almost
first,
forgot.
he
It
almost
says
forgot.
Jeranism
Show
this
that.
time, not Awake
Almost
Souls.
forgot.
He almost forgot. This
Need
is
a
more
palate
important.
Cleanser.
Palate
Before we
cleanser.
move on.
What? He's getting some sorbet.
Sorbet.
Think the asshole is serving up sorbet?
Here it comes. Still coming.
There you go, a little dead air.
Still coming.
Maybe someone should donate to him to bring him back online.
Yep, still coming. Oh,
Man, I'm just hitting the wrong button and shit tonight.
oh.
Okay, let me try and pull this clip up again. Damn it.
This is what we're waiting for. Makes it so much better if you gotta wait, right?
It'll totally be worth it, I promise.
Wow.
He's setting it up.
Yeah.
Building the anticipation.
You got the blissed out, like.
More leftist ass like corn on the
Oh!
patty. I will.
Cannibalism.
Eat your ass.
So, hang on, pause it. This is the discreditable shit that Jake was just telling you that Alex Jones does.
Yeah.
And then he showcases it.
Showcases it. And then he puts himself on screen dancing to it.
Christ would eat somebody, he would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up. Gut
This
them,
is-
skin them, chop them up. You
Wow.
know what, I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob.
It sounds gross. You know, if you really think about what he's saying,
Yeah.
it's gross in so many ways. Very.
Well, there's Jake for
Eating
you.
it. He's
Right.
eating it. He's not discrediting the fact that we live in a virtual reality, right? No. That it's supernatural and that you're super powerful. You know, he's not trying to stop you from believing in that. He's just here to tell you the truth. And it's
Whatever
your
you-
buddy Jaren down
What-
the street. Remember, everybody, Jaren and Jake, like, they both lived in San Francisco or close to it, right? I mean, I don't know where they've moved to now. You'd have to follow up with them. I don't stalk them. I could care less. But I do know that they've hung out together in real life.
All right. So let's
Plus, I don't want to give Jaren a heart attack.
let's check out this.
Guy threatens to fight us, right?
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So from the South Pole, or from 80 degrees, wherever you would be at this Union Glacier station, no matter if it's over here, or if it's over here, or if it's over here, doesn't matter actually where it's at, because it's always going to be the same thing. If you're looking north and watching the sun, you should see the sun sweep from the horizon right to left, and then that's it. It should, according to a flat earther, you could say it would rise in this region, set in this region. Now, I'm somebody who fully understands that it appears that from the south, sometimes it appears that the sun does this, okay? Meaning that it might be that it kind of rises here. If you're in Australia, for example, they say that the sun rises south of east from them and sets south of west.
Oh, suddenly he knows that sometimes it appears that the sun is coming from the opposite direction, south of east to south of west, where those white lines are. Yeah, those white lines are going in the opposite direction of your one circling sun. And I've been telling you that for fucking years, you fucking liar. And now you're going to say you know that?
Listen to this.
Yeah, of course you know that. And you've been
Okay,
fucking
hold on.
lying about it, saying...
Okay, first off, him swearing and acting like he's all mad is really horrible, bad acting. Okay? Jake, shut up and sit down. Go to the next link, please, Jason. You should have it set up. Okay, what we're looking at here. It didn't switch. That's not it.
No, these are the links for him. We'll get
In there.
it's here.
So this is a re-upload too. This call happened a while before this. This is back from September 11th, 2016 area, right? So this was me 7 years ago, 8 years ago almost, right?
Mm-hmm. Almost.
8 years this September.
Yep.
This is me. I finally got Jaren to have a call with me. Finally. Because I'm here and I've cared about the truth for the entire time. Go ahead, let's see what they got to say here. And Jake is coming out here and acting like, he's the one that was out here fighting for this truth. Again, see, this is the problem with Jaren, with David Weiss, with Jake the asshole. These guys just lie. They just constantly lie, and their only defense is to say, oh, the other person's lying. What? The person who has the timestamps and the links is the one that gets the truth, that wins the argument.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if you guys on the other side of the screen, Jaren and Jake, if you guys could just put your egos aside, you're such an easy opponent. All you egomaniacs out there, do narcissists not understand that you can guarantee every move they're going to make every time? It's so boring. But so this is 8 years ago. Okay, listen, if we want to talk about who's out here trying to share the truth, who's not grifting, okay, we got gang stalkers like Q, and we got grifters like Jaren and Jake. And then there's people like Jason and I that are just trying to find the truth. Here is me 8 years ago with Jaren. And see, look at how he treated me. And I was there doing everything I possibly could to help him because I knew that they were going to turn the flat earth into a straw man and debunk it and the Bible together. This was what I've been fighting for the entire time I've been on YouTube.
Bring up that picture that you brought up the other night, that treasure map, Tim.
Okay, here's the... See, wait. So I'll finish that last bit, and then we'll move on. So the depiction that I just showed you was from the southern hemisphere, with the sun rising in the south of the equator and setting in the south. So the circle would continue that way. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Okay, so we're saying that the sun is traveling kind of on that yellow line there?
The sun would be on this line. Well, yeah, the yellow would be the opposite of the shadow, right?
Okay,
So
you're not explaining it well. We're looking at the entire map there.
Yes.
And I'm asking you, show me the path of the sun.
Path of the sun is like that.
No, sorry, that's not the path of the sun.
No?
I'm talking about on the map.
On the map. Which, like this path?
You took a screenshot from a flat map, a square map, and you imposed it onto a circular map.
Well, no, I just cut and paste the South. Yeah, there's no trickery. I put South America where South America is, and I showed you what we observe from the Earth. I'm not trying to fool anybody, Jaren. This is what they see.
Yes,
The
but
sun.
where did you get that picture on the bottom there?
This one?
Mhm.
From SunCalc.
And what does SunCalc show? A circular map or a square map?
It's a map. It's an observational map. This is a map taken from observations.
It's a square.
Well, most maps are square.
Right, so you can't use those. You need to circle them. You need to make them into a circle. Do you know how to azimuthal equidistant?
The only way you could make this work if you turn it into a circle with what we observe is a globe or a cylinder.
No, you can do it on a flat map.
No, you can't.
I have,
So that's you see the depiction. So you're saying if I took, okay, let's see when you plot this out, if, I guess, is it going to be a straight concentric circle around the Arctic Circle? Is that what you're saying the southern sun is?
No, so where are you saying I need to put my location here on SunCalc? I'm here on the website.
Anywhere, Australia. You can go.
Okay, so I put it on Australia here, and I'm gonna
go to Chile.
I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it, and then I'm gonna show you what happens when you turn it into an azimuthal equidistant.
I've done that.
You took a square map and superimposed it on the circular map. That's not the same thing. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Let me show you.
Oh, so you're saying?
Go ahead.
Why would I take the physical data I have and turn it into a circle?
Because that's a square map. So you're taking the observations of a square, and you're saying they don't work on a circle, which is absolutely brilliant.
No, these are the observations of the Earth, and they don't work on a Polaris central circling sun. They go diametrically opposite in the south during the southern solstices, Jaren. That's what I'm saying. The sun goes the other way.
You can pause it. Now, I continue to go on and on and on and on. I just want people to understand who's looking at this right now, everybody in the debate. I was trying to tell this to Jaren 8 years ago. With all my heart, I was being kind. I was not against him. I don't have any hatred in my heart for anybody out here. I am after the truth. Why is Jaren now out here saying what I was saying, but throwing me under the bus at the same time? And, you know, we're not saying that he's in the CIA. He says that he's in the CIA. They're bringing up the CIA. They're putting it in Mark Sargent. All these guys. Alex Jones has been called CIA so many times. He's got all the secret intelligence family. You know, it's not me. You know, I wasn't the guy that was in behind the curve debunking the flat Earth. It was Jaren. You know, I'm not a coincidence theorist. I'm going to put the documents together, the links together, and I'm going to bring it out here and show everybody. So now you can see what's on the screen, that the grifter, Jaren, is now trying to say that this is what we observe 8 years later and saying, you know, if I've been wrong for 8 years, so be it.
If somebody can provide a model that works, I'll listen. Yeah, right.
But not Ronnie and Jason. Virtual reality's stupid. That's what he says.
Well, he'll say simulation and Pac-Man. He won't even say virtual reality, and that's what we say it is. So
yeah.
They won't even utter the words of what we say it is. They'll come up with these they're Tavistock words. The Pac-Man was made to make it sound ridiculous and call it a simulation. I mean, we realized after a little bit that all the shills would do is say, Ronnie and Jason are saying, you're not real. The world's not real. Everything is fake.
But look who stands up here today, 8 years ago, still repeating the same thing. But you know what, Jason? I have to say I am super grateful that I have improved I have gained so much more knowledge and I've got so much more to learn. But who is up here doing the Benedict Arnold? Who's doing the 360? Who's saying that the Earth is a globe now? And people are standing. Jaren Campanella, everybody witness here, listening to my voice, everybody that's tuning in the future or in the past. Jaren Campanella is the guy that was in the Behind the Curve, named after his experiment that supposedly was filmed from behind the curve, is the one going to the Antarctica, coincidentally, to prove that the Earth is a sphere. And to top it all off with a cherry, they're now trying to tie the Bible to the flat Earth model, saying that once the flat Earth model is debunked, they're going to say, now take your stupid religious fake man-made Bible with you too. That's and we said that they were going to do it 8 years ago.
That one sun goes in a circle, and it provably doesn't. And so now he's going to say sometimes.
What do you mean one sun?
That the sun
Hang on,
comes from the
Jason.
southeast.
Pause it. Okay, I'm going to be quiet after this, okay? This whole multiple sun theory is stupid. Okay, there's a 24-hour day, everybody. Tune in, wake up. Let's go. Pay attention, please. Jaren, Jake, open your ears. They're going to misquote us anyways. There's a path that the sun takes for one day. Whether you want to start it in Russia, where do you want to start it, Jason? When the sun travels above your head, right? Let's everybody in the earth. When the sun crosses above your head midday, it's 24 hours until the sun crosses that spot again for you. And for everyone else. Now, there's not an infinite amount of suns doing infinite amount of paths. Wow. Everything is specifically timed for the playhead. The playhead of reality is the sun. Okay. Yeah. Now, we all observe it within our own circles of sight, and we like to explain it like people putting on Google glasses. Our eyes and our electrical signals and everything that's tuned in this reality sees things in the sky like as if you have some kind of Google glasses on. And the rainbows, stars, the sun and the moon all act supernaturally in planes. Everything that you see has its fixed distances to the sun, to the rainbow. You can't get to the end of the rainbow. Someone could be flying through the sun for your perspective, but on the plane, they see the sun exactly the same amount of distance away from them that you see them on the ground. These are all virtual reality proofs. Everything that you see that's been completely coded and wrapped around us is evidence of it being coded.
All right, so let me get on record here very clearly. The only model that it's absolutely retarded to have multiple suns is the AE mapping model. All right, that's and the globe. But in our model, we've been saying for the last 7 years, what we expect is every single observer see their own luminaries, right? Because we say we are in a virtual reality. So how many observers there is, that would be all sets of eyes are observers, and then all cameras, they observe as well. So every single one of those things, based on its latitude and longitude and elevation and focal length, is going to see its own luminaries from that exact perspective, because that's the way it's all rendered to us, because we're in a virtual reality, right? So the idea of multiple suns in the pressurized pizza dome, what that entails is you have to have the one sun that's doing that circle 3,000 miles up between the tropics, and then you have to have other suns just like that coming in from the outside, merging with the one that's going around the tropics and then going out. So that's where Jaren says multiple suns is retarded. That's where any person is going to say that multiple suns is retarded, is in that type of atomistic physical reality where they're big gaseous balls floating horizontal to the ground. Now, as soon as you understand that you're in a virtual reality and the luminaries are like Ronnie said, you put on the Google glasses, and when you turn your head around, the luminary renders to you based on your latitude, longitude, and elevation. So, yes, every observer has their own luminaries, but that's not crazy. That's what's expected in a virtual reality. You're crazy to think otherwise.
And sets to the southwest. Yeah, of course, which is in the opposite direction. And you don't need to go to Antarctica to prove this. You can just prove it by having
That's what you've been saying.
tip of
Yeah.
South America or in Tasmania or Australia, point a compass at the sun. For a fraction of the cost, you can prove that the sun ain't going around in a circle. One sun, that is, ain't going around in a circle.
There's not more than one sun.
That's not what's happening.
Each observer, how many suns does each observer see? Right?
They all see the exact same sun.
Yeah, what he's talking about here is each observer seeing different suns. We're talking about how it's you as an observer, you will only ever see one sun in the sky. You're not going to see two of them, or three, or four, or seven, whatever they're saying it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
So one sun might go around in a circle for you in a certain location, but it's not going around in a circle for everyone the whole year.
Crazy.
And when you plug in the observed data for everyone, the only thing that makes sense is that we'll all see our own sun.
Oh, we all see our own sun, and he calls it the observed data. So this is this new made-up terminology that Q is using, where there's observed suns and then there's visual suns, and somehow nobody except for Jake and him know the difference between observed suns and visual suns.
Everything is just so ridiculous. Like I said, you can check it, everybody. You can do the test. Go outside at midday, take a stopwatch, and click it when you see the sun over your head. And 24 hours later, the sun will be back in that spot. And that happens for everybody. And wherever you travel on the flat Earth, that'll just be the angle that the sun gets to above your head every day that'll change and how it sets. That's it. That's all that happens.
Because you're going to have people that are seeing the sun rise from the southeast to the southwest down there at the tip of South America. Meanwhile, way up north, people are going to be seeing different observation angles which don't match any of the models. So when you plug in the observed data from multiple observers, it doesn't match any model. It really doesn't.
Matches ours to 100th of a degree per second. Exactly.
And that's hard for people to wrap their brains around. But I'll show you. If you go to SunCal,
Do you have the Andrew Marsh?
You can actually see the...
No, but we can bring it up. It's going to be shared.
So, for instance, on December
I got
21st...
Got a question about the Andrew Marsh so we can do live.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's having a great week this week. It's so nice to be in the weekend, you know? Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I'll try not to scream and yell. This Andrew Marsh site, what a site, right? I mean, I remember when we found it and how excited we were. And we've got other sites too. Hold on, we're not done. You know, I usually have a program ready to go when I can tell someone there is, you know, a limitless map that exists, and we'll bring it out soon. But this site here, can we zoom out?
Yeah, just a second. Let me, I like to add this. I like to go like this.
Tune it up, add all the toys. We should be able to use all the Luminaires. Well, we can go to Stellarium if we want to see it all. Can anybody tell me in the chat, this is just an interactive game we're going to play here. It's just, there's, you know, no riches or kingdomly rewards for this. What is that city sitting upon? What shape? What shape is that?
I can move it around for people so they can get a...
What shape do we see here? When you see what Jason's got on the screen, what
three-dimensional perspective.
Well, right now it's dark, right? The sun's below the earth, right? Mm-hmm. Rising up out of the ground there in this model. It rose up out of the ground. Did you guys see? Look, it's where's it going to go?
Where's it going?
Next question. Does the sun sink into the ground in this presentation here? It's a flat plane. Flat Earth Patriot, you got it right. Does anyone see a globe or a sphere that this presentation that we're looking at, this measurable, actionable, repeatable, calculatable program here, does anyone see that it's sitting on top of a globe?
Not a globe.
Where is the sun going here? Where did that sun go?
Into Earth. Into Earth.
Right there. It's below Earth, right down there. It's coming up. It's showing you the angle. Here it comes. It's going to rise up out of the ground, right? So hang on, pause it. As that sun rises up out of the ground, if you go to certain places and you film it, you can actually film trees, clouds, all types of things, planes going behind the sun.
Yeah, when it's going through this layer right here, this is This is the height of the clouds.
Right, when you're in a plane, Matt Long did a great job. You can film the sun rising up from underneath the clouds. I need you to hear this, everybody. This is what Jeranism and Jake the Asshole and all these other shills aren't going to tell you, okay? If the sun is rising up from underneath the clouds, that means that it rose up from the earth. If the shadows are above the chemtrails, the sun is below the chemtrails. This is basic experiments that a third grader could understand. But Jaren and Jake are going to tell you that they don't understand it. But I just want to make sure everybody sees this is a completely flat plane, completely flat, perfectly flat. And it's squared off in a coordinate system where you can count the squares to the left and to the right. And what we see is a city in the middle of it with the compass heading around it, right, for you to measure things with. And then the rise and set angles of the analemma, which is the sun's path between the tropics. Now, this is a theoretical path. We continue to say over and over again that it's theoretical. It's only above you, and you can't get away from it. And the next person, it's above them the way that it is, and we all have our own vantage point to it, and the only thing that happens is the angle that you see to the sun changes. That's it.
All right, let's take this down while we have it open to 79 degrees, and we'll move longitude over here a little bit, and we should be pretty darn close to Union Glacier Camp, somewhere around here. And once again, we are going to drag the date slider. All these days right here, there is no sun above the horizon, and we see now there's sun above the horizon, and right here around October 21st, what we can see is that the sun, when we hit play on it here, it's going to start doing 24-hour circles without setting, right? This is what the model predicts to 100th of a degree per second. It's pretty incredible. So this happens, we're going to see the sun like this around December 14th, 15th, somewhere around there. This is what Jaren's going to witness. Right?
And this, he's going to get it, right? Witsit gets it. Coincidentally, Witsit, who gets it, is going to be the guy who gets it, the 24-hour, proving they're going to say a globe Earth observation. Coincidentally.
All right. So the path of the sun, accurate to 100th of a degree per second when Jaren's going to be there on a flat plane. As Ronnie really tried to point out, hopefully everybody's realizing that this is, all coordinates are on a flat plane here. Nathan Oakley, Jaren's going against now. He's trying to throw Oakley under the bus because all these measurements are based on latitude and longitude, which are measured off of a flat plane, right? So Jaren wants to get rid of those measurements and try to discredit them because this is all measured flat. This is a flat plane, all right?
It has to be to measure the observations, the angles. You see how it's perfectly measuring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not perfect. That doesn't exist. Degree per second.
So this is the kind of stuff that we've been doing for the last 7 years, showing stuff like SunCalc, the Andrew Marsh, showing how the sun, this is the sunrise over here. For people that don't understand this website, this is where the sun rises. This is the path of the sun right here, this yellow one. So you can see that the sun is going to circle around to the north of an observer down here at the tip of South America.
This is just a 2D snapshot of what we were just showing you.
Yeah, from above.
Program. That's all.
That's it. And then it's going to come around here and set over this direction. So that is the debunk of the AE map model that we've been sharing. And you don't have to go to Antarctica to see a 24-hour sun to realize that this is impossible. And then if you actually look at the hours of daylight when it's doing this, it's over 17 hours of daylight. There's another debunk of the circular AE map model.
There.
So
Iru Landucci can drive there. Get that Globebusters. Hey, Iru. Stole Jason's video footage of the clouds behind the sun. Why don't you get in your car and save everybody $150,000? Go down there and take a compass with you and a buddy with a camera and film the sunrise and sunset next November. Just come on, just do it for us. We can calculate. But we already know that this is true because Antonio Subarats, him and Nathan Oakley did a 24-hour measure the sun thing, or for like 3 days. And they had all the different sun calcs and all the different daytime, nighttime data maps up, and everything was exactly where it was predicted to rise and set. So it's already been done. And so the final experiment is the thing that Jason and I have been screaming for 8 years. I've even brought you guys before me in Jeranism, going over it 8 years ago on his channel, or my channel. He wouldn't share that on his channel. Now it's the biggest debunk of all time for the flat earth. Huh? Okay.
Someone down here in Ushuaia at the tip of South America will see the sun rise from down here towards Antarctica, and then it will go over their head at solar noon right here, and then it'll set to the southwest down here towards Antarctica again. So in December 21st in South America, this sunrise and sunset doesn't match the circle pattern at all. And I've shown this to Jaren and all of his
hold on.
Everybody has.
And he can't explain it correctly again because he's a shill trying to miss and disinform people. Right? The reason why it doesn't work is because it has one pole. This whole entire debate, the most important thing that the globe has for it is that there's two poles. Okay, reality has two poles to it. It's stereographic, not monographic, right? Like monotone, like maybe Jake.
One pole.
Is, I don't know. It's got two poles. This reality, okay, and the AE map has one. So the sun's path around a single pole doesn't work because half of the year the sun goes to the other pole. Right? And that's the problem, Jake, that you're not explaining it correctly.
Over and over again, and so has Q and Fee. And this is what is observed. People there can actually see this with their own two eyes. So this is what is provable. These are the observed sunrise and sunset angles. I've even had people do experiments on my behalf in Tasmania, in Australia,
well, that's true.
Over on the other side of the map.
That is true.
Same
Where are
deal.
the videos?
Sun
Why is he not
rising out of
showing
the
it?
southeast,
Right.
setting to the southwest, which is in the opposite direction of one circling sun. So Jaren's now claiming that he knows that that's going on. But he's been making excuses for years, saying it's reflections off the dome. The sun we see is a projection and not the real sun. Coffee cup caustic. So Jaren's been making excuses for years. But now suddenly, if he sees the sun do a 360 in this final experiment, then he's convinced for sure it's a globe.
That's true.
He won't make any excuses for this. Oh no, this definitively makes it a globe. But he's been making excuses for the sun not going in a circle for years.
You know what Jaren's done most of his whole entire YouTube career?
I think that's proof one way.
Talk about NASA and the ISS. He had the ISS on the screen for like 7 years, this guy.
He said he filmed it himself.
Yeah, and he was the flat earther that also filmed and proved he said that the ISS is real, guys.
Here's the problem. According to the globe, you will not see the sun. The difference is that if we have a sun traveling as we have said in this, going in this direction here, which is pretty much agreed on by everyone because we know that is the
That's
direction.
debunked.
It's straw man.
It's noon.
Straw
here,
man.
Say 6 p.m. here and 6 a.m. here, so on and so forth, right?
And I mean,
so
Jaren, we just showed you being explained that this is not what we believe. And so you just flat out lie, but you're going to call me a liar, right? Right. And YD and Jason, we're all liars, but we just showed you this and showed you that, yes, actually, there's an even more accurate model. Listen, everybody, I'll just give you the quick cliff notes. It comes down to this, right? Which one has more observable matching data that you can back up your model with? Right. Is the Earth flat, Jason? Can we measure, like, do the properties of water? If we did an actual, the final flat Earth, round Earth debate experiment, is a 3-mile water level.
Yep.
Right. That's what's going to tell you the shape of the floor.
Or a 6-mile water level, or a 10-mile, whatever you wanted.
Measuring the ground and building a wall, however many miles you want it, will tell you how flat the Earth is. And we already know there's, you know how many bridges that are perfectly level that go miles and miles and miles. Okay, so next question, Jason, the end of the cliff notes here. Does the Earth rotate and spin and allow someone to stand upside down under it?
Antipodal is considered retarded back in the day, but somehow the heliocentrists have gotten people so spun around and mixed up that people do believe that they can be upside down.
Upside down. But the model that we're showing you is a stereographic 2 poles. Remember I said that the AE map has the problem. It's only got 1 pole. The stereographic map demands 2 poles. Now you can move those poles wherever you want within a coordinate system, right? It's an infinite limitless ability for you. I keep telling people, if we're in a virtual reality, the types of measuring tools, the fact that there was a game that had a character that went from one side to the other is evidence of it being something in reality. And so we're going to get back to that limitless map soon enough, but probably not tonight. How much more do we have here before we move on to, who was it? Pat Steer back onto the Flat Earth movement. And we have a song break as well.
Yeah, this is his main breakdown of the final experiment here. We got a few more minutes left in this section where he's actually going to start talking about us, and then another clip. But yeah, we've got a lot to get through. We do.
The South Pole, or from 80 degrees, wherever you would be at this Union Glacier station, no matter if it's over here, or if it's over here, or if it's over here, it doesn't matter actually where it's at, because it's always going to be the same thing. If you're looking north and watching the sun, you should see the sun sweep from the horizon right to left, and then that's it. It should, according to a flat earther, you could say it would rise in this region, set in this region. Now, I'm somebody who fully understands that it appears that from the south, sometimes it appears that the sun does this.
Oh.
Okay. Meaning that it might be that it kind of rises here. If you're in Australia, for example, they say that the sun rises south of east from them and sets south of west. Now that's explainable, in my opinion. I don't think that that's one way or the other. Here's the problem. According to the globe.
So he says that's explainable, the sun going in the opposite direction in those places I just showed you, such as Australia and...
Yeah, we can jump through this a little bit. Let's get up to the next section. We're going to be covering this so much.
Does Jake do more entertaining too?
Be in the sky.
We got to show that before we go.
And us? He talks about Jason running?
Right to left.
Yeah.
And then when it gets here, you will have to turn your body to the side and watch it continue going right to left. And then you'll have to turn your body and face the opposite direction behind you. And the sun goes right to left. And then you'll turn again and it will continue going right to left. And it will go back to where it started and start that again. Okay. So people can say, the lights in the sky don't prove anything. You say whatever you want. That is definitive to me.
There we go.
I'm just saying my own opinion.
There we go.
Definitive.
Something I claim does
Here
not
comes
happen.
the flip.
That it does not happen, that there is no 24-hour sun. And the reason we've made that claim is because it doesn't work on this model.
That's
How
right.
did you ever see?
I might have jumped past the area where he... Let's go back here. See what this is.
To about what this place is and how it works. And it's far more amazing and, dare I say, magical than these shill bags want you to believe.
Magical.
What? That's why it's there.
Magical.
Magical.
Yeah.
Magical.
It's not a globe. It's not a pressurized pizza dome. It's magical.
It's magical fairy dust.
Yeah.
To keep you on this model that they're fixing to debunk in most people's eyes, or the globe. They don't want you thinking that we all see our own sun and that there's hidden land. They don't
Got to
want
bring
you
in
to know
discreditable
that there's a bunch of
information.
shill bags involved in this
Nazis
scheme
and more land.
to try and keep you from figuring this out. So you got basically me and Q and Fee, two of the only guys who will tell you that we all see our own sun.
What? These are the two only guys that'll say we all see our own sun, even though that's what we've been saying for the last 7 years, that we're in a stereographic virtual reality and that we all see our own sun, moon, and stars, right? But they're the only ones.
And then there's two shill bags, Ronnie and Jason,
Oh.
who muddy the waters with their bullshit stereographic map.
What? It's a concept of reality. It's not a map. It's everything.
Well, it's a coordinate system. It's there's only 3 models of reality, everyone. There's the globe with atomism, there's the pressurized pizza dome with atomism, and then there's stereographic virtual reality. Those are the 3 models of reality.
The 3 that we can think of. Oh, concave.
But that would be atomistic as well.
But there's concave. We're not trying to hide anything here. We're not setting up a trichotomy. Just there's virtual reality. Then you got AE pressurized pizza dome, or you have the globe that's spinning, wobbling, hurling through infinite outer space.
Yeah, geostationary would be one.
Yeah, then you got the Robertson Jenius, Jeranism's first interview guy on Globebusters from the Vatican theologian, who was arguing for ball Earth geostationary.
All right, this is our last clip from Jake here.
Their rigmarole. Got to get, a visa and all. Got to go through all this shit just to travel. So there's no way for me to, with my own...
I'll show one of those before.
Eat mushrooms?
Go check it out for myself.
Or crying?
So I feel like I'm like a caged animal, stuck in my little barnyard, unable to figure it out for myself. And so I can't tell you how big this place is. I can't tell you if there's hidden land out there and where it would be at. I can't tell you if we're surrounded by an ice wall for sure.
What?
Wait a minute. I thought he was anti-flat or AE map.
He's leaving the door open for the ice wall.
Ice wall? Doesn't that circle around the AE map?
Yeah.
Whoops.
So I couldn't tell you what shape this place is or how big it is, but I'm being honest with you about it. So I'm one of the few that won't lead you astray, and I'm honest with the fact that I don't know. And I
he's
think
honest.
that is the most intelligent stance, is if you don't know, to admit it.
So that most intelligent...
I can debunk the flat Earth model with one sun. I can debunk a globe model. I can debunk the models that don't work.
Yeah, okay.
But what
Jake.
I can't do is provide you one
take better notes.
that works perfectly.
Oh, can't provide anything perfectly.
Because the sun is doing something.
So if you set your compass and you go due south, you're going to run into Antarctica. And that's why the fake flat earthers are going around saying there's ice everywhere around you. Just go south. Because on a unipolar map, south is everywhere out from the North Pole, which is a non-reality. It breaks down the ability to navigate through this system.
Yeah, so he's got the guy Symbolic Studies with the SS in his logo saying Jake's hat is the real shape of this realm. Jake is telling you that he absolutely has no idea and he's not smart enough to figure it out, and that he's the only honest person that'll tell you that he doesn't know. Yet you're supposed to follow him because he doesn't know anything and he won't tell you that he does, right?
He's not smart enough to.
Yeah.
But doesn't he do like impersonations and comedy skits?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and finish this clip and then we'll show what you can pay him to do.
That's unexplainable. And the moon, for that matter. Sun and moon are doing things that are unexplainable on any map and model.
Except to 1/100 of a degree per second.
And so for me to try and make a whole map and a model, I would just be pulling assumptions at some point out of my ass, and then somebody like Q&F would come along and point out how I'm wrong. So I'd rather not be wrong.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I just admit that I don't know.
That's it.
So it's good that, you don't know, guess what I get to be? I get to be the limitless map guy. Okay, Jake? The limitless projection guy. So you can know nothing, and I'll keep following the creator that I serve, and he'll keep making me limitless, because the projection in the map that we have is limitless. You can do anything you want with it.
Let's go ahead and play. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get that to scroll up. Maybe when I start playing this, that'll come up here. So somebody's gonna pay him, and
Peg,
beatbox.
I don't want to hear any lip from you. I sent Bobby to his room for the rest of the night. The boy needs to learn some damn respect. At any rate,
Not good.
Jonna says,
Not
"Hi
again.
Jake, could you please do Beatbox Champion or any song?" Oh, my beatbox skills. That's true. I am
Oh no.
the beatbox champion of
You
the
know, you know what I
world.
can't stand?
Undefeated.
I shouldn't.
At beatboxing.
Some people like karaoke.
I actually won 6 back to back world beatboxing championships, and then they barred me from competing.
He got banned.
It's a true story. I'm internationally barred from competing in beatboxing competitions, and that's because I instantly win just by showing up. So, for instance, Dimebag Daryl used to be so good when he would play guitar.
Let's get to the beatbox.
Dimebag Daryl, you know,
Wow.
beatboxing competition before champion. Here's an answer of this beatboxing ability. One night only perform greatest beatboxing. Sing.
3 hours of this. He's not going to discredit Flat Earth at all here.
Me too. I know Jonna does.
He's that annoying guy that just keeps making you wait. You're like, just do it already. You know, it's lost its fun.
He's doing it.
This is it?
This is it. $50 gets you this.
Wow. Oh, come on. Is he gonna knock himself out again? When he punched himself. He is. You know what? Everybody, go ahead, Jay.
Oh, I mean, what do you say after seeing?
He wants to be the jester. All right, come out here, do your funny dance. Okay, but just know that you're. Every time you lie and shill, you're going to be exposed.
All right. Should we take a song break and then?
Sure.
Let's take a break here and then we'll get into another character tonight. So what do you think? Was it a coincidence that Pat is back?
Another coincidence. Actually, didn't I just call it out last week?
You might have manifested it.
Well, I said, they gotta bring him back, Pat.
I mean, you would think, right? She was a big part of the behind the curve, and just like Jaren's a big part of it, and Bob's gone. So what is the New World Order doing? They are digging out some of their old agents for this final experiment. And yeah, Pat is back, everybody. So I just wanted to say that we are not going to be focusing on whether or not Pat is either a man or a woman, right? That is not our focus. Our focus is on the truth. And we know that Pat is a part of the team that is constantly trying to discredit and take down the truth. So fundamental truth number 2, I mean, Pat is a big part of the reason, just like Jaren is, just like Bob Nodell was, just like Mark Sargent is. All these characters are the reason why fundamental truth exists. And so I think, if we want to dig in and do some discrediting of Pat, I think the age of Pat is the thing to focus on, not the gender. We're not going to fall into that rabbit hole.
Ridiculous arguments. Yeah, let's continue with the truth and what people say and do.
Yep. So their stream was horrible, right? It was
really bad.
Yeah, it was
How far? Gone.
really bad. So finally, Pat takes off the glasses and the hat and starts to settle in. And I don't know if everybody noticed on the thumbnail, but between Pat's Adam apple and this big protruding thing on the sternum, I had the alien from Aliens coming out of her chest or his chest. I don't want to get into that, but Pat looks like an alien. I mean, meeting Pat is like meeting Michael Jackson right before he was done. So very plasticky, very, very fake person. All like wigs, different costumes, all these things. It's all part of a shtick that Pat has of this supposedly 62-year-old radio DJ that is close with Mark Sargent and was a part of discrediting the fake flat earth. So the quality of this was terrible. There wasn't anything really new brought out. Pat talks about, people say that she was CIA or an agent and how dumb that is. And
It was Mark and Jonathan that were saying that she was the CIA created this one. They were the ones who said it. Again, we're not the ones saying these things, Jaren, Mark. You're the ones, even in this Mark Sargent video here, he does a smash burger. Anybody wants to get some burnt hamburger meat, get you a smash burger. Mark does an ad, and the person in the ad has the CIA logo on their shirt. So it's not us, it's them. We're pointing coincidentally, right? Coincidentally, Mark Sargent, the guy that had a lot to do with everything that's gone wrong with the flat earth, has the CIA in his content. And they talk about it openly. So I don't know if this was a complete disaster on purpose, if that was what they planned to sort of lighten the distraction of Patricia deleted all of her stuff and left, and then comes back on. All of her stuff is being put back online like a clockwork, like a SHILL campaign being rolled back out again, which we just said they were probably going to do. And now that this 24-hour sun above the horizon experiment, there it is right there, the ad.
yeah, this is probably the only thing worth playing for a little.
Talked about the 24-hour sun. Mark answered what he thought of it. You don't have that timestamp?
I think it's on Telegram, but I don't have it queued up. Let's maybe you can find it while I'm playing his smash burger thing.
Or do that. I'm going to minimize that. And
what? So it goes from the fake flat earth to spinning one eyes like a Durst logo, like hypnotic one eye spinning. Where's the smash burger thing?
Alpha 33, target is on property, approaching food trailer. Engage Delta 9. Roger. Alpha 33 descending.
Alpha 33 descending. And this is part of a commercial, everybody. Alpha 33 descending, and it has Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent.
Hey, I know you.
They might be listening.
CIA.
CIA. So, like Ronnie is saying, we're not just calling them CIA. They are constantly showing themselves to be CIA, and then we're playing the things that they're saying or sharing. And yeah, we're not the ones making the accusation. We're just pointing it out that this is what you guys are showing everybody you are.
Maybe.
Aliens.
Probably.
Globalists.
Definitely. I may have already said too much.
We have what you need.
Really?
It's flat
I'm listening.
and round
Go on.
and delicious.
Tell me the secret.
Red hoodie, that's got to be an Antonio shout out. That's what Mark Sargent does. Makes Smashburger commercials, mocking that he's CIA.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just give me a second. I'll give you that timestamp. Mocking that he's in the CIA, like Jason's been saying, these are things that they do, that they say, that we have to completely show to people. It's not us saying that. I don't understand. So that timestamp, somewhere around, see if it works here, 136, I think.
Oh, we might be close to it. It's just a little bit after a Smashburger thing. Let's see what we got.
But
I don't care. Look, as long as it gets out there, I don't care who's running it.
yeah, it's fine.
So
Well, but there was a little while people were saying, well,
Let's go back a little. He doesn't care. I think I remember.
Flat Earth and other hot potatoes, and yeah, what a long, strange journey it's been.
yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I definitely watched that. I'm glad I kind of sparked that whole little conversation right there. Awesome, and little promotion for the channel. But I really kind of only brought it up because, say, it wasn't your YouTube channel.
I got it.
So good to find out.
Got it?
145.38.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, that took way too long. Come on. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Again, what we're doing is documenting what these shills say and do, and trying to share the truth that we found with you at the same time. And new music, too. We like to bring out new music.
Here we go.
It's a final experiment thing that's going on.
Not a word. It's
Right, okay.
it's troll hype that is generates click.
We don't have time for a meeting with the flat earthers, right? Hear them stutter.
And then you got Jaren saying that this is the definitive. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
False dichotomy.
Yeah. And then you got Will coming out saying there's no such thing as cube Earth, right?
Clicks for them and helps our metrics. Great. Is it going to prove anything? No. We've been doing this for 9 years. There is no silver bullet or magic bullet or whatever it is to breaking down flat Earth. There's never going to be. But they can, but by all means, spend the money and have
the money.
Have at it. Have fun with it.
Have fun.
All righty.
Like this isn't the absolute narrative.
Pat
Along
says,
with the entire Veritas video that showed everything that these two shills on the screen had their hand in, making flat earthers look stupid, say we're not retarded, we're not, and cheering these things in public places, constantly putting us up to ridicule and mock the entire time. Everything he says, if it gets us clicks, we're good. No, that's what a shill says. As they shill out disinformation, they say it's clicks, clicks, clicks. All the clicks, this entire truth game has just been ruined since Mark Sargent showed up in 2016. No, everybody was saying, like Jeff Berwick, who's got that slide that says that the flat earth is a CIA psyop. Does everybody remember from last week? If you haven't seen last Friday's Flat Earth podcast, go and watch it. And you're going to see that even David Weiss was saying that CIA created flat earth. And we're showing you the CIA. That's Mark Sargent, right? What's his name in Gematria? Is it probably 33, right?
Yeah.
And all this other stuff, his name was a domain that was bought by this other agency out in, it's just nonsense, shill corporations. All this stuff is just crazy when you get down and deep. And then you get different birth dates and ages for Patricia Steer. And what do you have in the name Pat, Trish, CIA? You even got the CIA inner name steering the community with Mark Timoff Sargent, right? Come on, everybody. Wake up.
Yeah, so this video does have, it's got a bunch of that stuff. But like I said, it's not about whether or not Pat is a tranny or not.
Yeah, you can't prove that. It doesn't even matter. What is the contents of the information of the character? That's all that matters at the end of the day.
But we do document everything. And so this is through social media what Pat was saying its birthday is February 5th, 1963. And if you look up February 5th, 1963 to what is today, the 14th, that's 61 years, 4 months, 9 days.
Okay.
Right, so 61-year-old Pat is, there's some ambiguity to it because here, flashback my dad and I in 1962, right? Obviously a couple years old in 1962. So Pat contradicts itself regularly, but roughly. Is
that like a CIA glitch? Or did
roughly,
on purpose?
Pat is 61 or older, we can say. And so if we go through this video, one of the things, so I did go meet Pat in Houston at a mixer, and this guy right here was Pat's date. The two were together, and so this guy and Pat actually had a relationship. They had a whole bunch of back and forth. They were together. And so this right here is supposedly Pat, about 7 years ago. So minus 7 from 61. This is supposed to be, a mid-50s person that's with this guy right here, Omni Eris. And just to show you that the two... Here we got Jake with IPS.
What's going on here? Grifter, gang stalker. Which one is he doing? Right here. You know what they're doing? They were asking for donations for Jake. IPS was getting them donations.
Let's go to this section. Listen to how Pat was introduced to the community by Mark.
Feedback every once in a while because I can hear every once in a while me coming through your speaker, but that's okay. No worries.
Oh, no.
No. You're totally fine. I'm just letting you know that eventually.
So this is Pat and Omni together. So this is supposed to be a mid-50s radio DJ host from Michigan with this guy right here, which if you listen to Omni Eris and his content at all, he was extremely, extremely gay. Extremely.
Because you will do interviews. I guarantee it. You will do interviews.
This is my first.
Well, you will do more. And you're going to be able to interview a whole bunch of people before that's over. You'll be able to call up any flat earther, anybody you want. Because I've seen... Look, let's face it, the more transparent you are, because they're going to check into your backstory anyway. And I'm hoping the NSA spent some money this time and got you covered. Because as an agent, you got to have a good backstory.
All the dirty stuff's been well hidden.
Oh, good.
I gotta be honest, I think you're a spy. With a name like Miss Steer, I mean, come on.
That's why I picked that name.
So, I mean, that's them telling you. Right? That's not Jason and I, everybody, Jaren, we're not the ones saying it. You guys are the ones saying you're CIA and agents and SHILLS and all this stuff. Not us. We're just showing it back.
Yeah, so Pat has got a channel.
Is Jaren going to say that he's not associated with Mark Sargent? I mean, how many times they're working together for the last 7 years, clearly. Oh, Pat's back. Look at all the content.
Pat's back. So 2 days ago, Pat started putting its content back up. And so the second one put up was CBS Sunday Morning, Patricia Steer interview. So this was very important to Pat to get the CBS interview back up. And if you look at these thumbnails, everybody, you see what it says? It says Agent Miss Steer Specialty Infiltration. Right?
We don't want to talk about symbolism that often, but it is a revelation of the method, right? So the symbolism, what's the girl with a gun mean? Right? Yeah. This is why I don't even like doing these types of topics, because this is the information that these people put out. I'm here to find truth and investigate the reality as best I can.
One day ago, Pat had to re-upload the beautiful Patricia Steer of Flat Earth by Mark Sargent. So Pat feels the need to get this type of content out there. This is the backstory, right? This is supposedly Pat. All right, that's Pat. Those other ones weren't, but that's Pat. So Pat had to put that out there. And if you look at what Pat looked like at the beginning of Flat Earth, is that a mid-50s woman? Like, I don't think so. I don't believe it. So Pat's back. It's got the cats up. We're going to be covering Pat all the way through to the end of this. And then there's a bunch of new players to this whole final experiment thing. And this is an up-and-comer I wanted to talk about. Robot Polisher. And so this 19-minute 58-second video, heliocentric so-called science is the one world religion. So what it does is it constantly reaffirms the heliocentrism as being the one world religion, while it's setting up for fundamental truth number 2, the takedown of flat Earth and the Bible, with Jaren coming up. So let's check out this clip here. This channel, I know we're going to end up covering a bunch.
It's a battle of wits.
If the boy goes about saying the world is round, he'll be so mixed up he'll
be wearing his shoes on his head.
So what did science defeat? What did they defeat in 1600, 1700? What did they really overtake? Church. Okay. So if they admitted after 200 years, oops, the Earth is not round, it's actually flat, what would be the first thing people would go back to? Do you think people would still follow science, or do you think they would go back to the church?
So Jaren plays it from the angle that if the 24-hour sun is not seen, then oh no, people would go back to the church.
That's right.
But what's the reciprocal of that? If it is seen, then they're going to leave the church, right?
Was the natural assumption
Yeah.
of the ancient world to see the movements in the heavens as centered upon us.
If you look at pictures of medieval cosmology, then you see not only the Earth and the planets, but the outer sphere. Beyond that, you would have heaven. So that the Earth was considered to be at rest, ultimately, with respect to heaven, with respect to the throne of God.
Don't like being special, which is crazy, because we're nothing special.
We're also very brief, our 100-year lifespans. So how could we possibly be significant?
Giordano Bruno got burnt at the stake the year 1600 for writing about an infinite space.
He was burned alive in the streets of Rome in the year 1600 for simply saying that there are other worlds out there, that there's nothing essentially special about our world. So why would the Catholic Church burn this person alive in the streets of Rome? Because think about it. If there are other worlds, then the question is, are there people on these other planets? If so, do they have a savior? If so, do they have a pope? If so, how many saints do they have? Imagine 1 billion popes, 1 trillion saints. How many trinities are there? The mind goes crazy.
Get the come on. This
Yeah.
Copernican principle. For anybody that's tuning in, it was a video that Robert Singenius did, the guy that Globebusters had on, one of their first guests, if not the first guest, and it was about geocentric globe Earth.
Yeah, so we'll be covering that coming up. So, like I was saying, they're bringing the SHILLS out of the closets. This guy was gone for a long time. Now he's come.
Tough guy.
He's come back to say the understanding the 24 Antarctic sun argument. He's another guy that's saying this debunks flat Earth, right? If they see a 24-hour sun.
Strawman flat Earth, right?
This is a channel that's popping up in the discussion around this Flatworks. I hadn't seen them before, but this channel's getting used regularly. What they're doing right now is whistleblower testimonies that there's no 24-hour sun. So they just keep on interviewing people that say that they were in Antarctica and that they didn't see 24-hour sun. So they're doing whistleblower testimonies. He's also, same channel, putting up videos where they're showing these cut footage of the South. Cut footage. And that is really what Jaren is focusing everything on, is that whistleblower testimonies and cut footage. His whole thing hinges on that. So if you look at this channel, it just really started. You scroll back here. The channel started 2 months ago, and it's totally focused on Antarctica, right, and the 24-hour sun. So this is a new SHILL channel that's popped up that we're going to have to be covering a bunch. Red's Rhetoric. This is how we originally heard about it. He's continuing to cover it. He interviewed Will Duffy, and if you listen to this hangout here, I mean, they are so working in tandem. I mean, it's like Reds has scripted this whole thing for Will Duffy, and that they're working in tandem while Reds is acting like he's not the one pulling the strings. Another one of the shills that we've covered for a long time now is primetime Alex Stein, who came from the Baby Truther show on Jeranism, right?
Yeah, we almost had him on. We had the hot seat ready to go, and he backed out like 15 minutes before.
Yep. But so what they're doing is, just like Jake the Asshole and all these other guys, they're acting all crazy. Alex Stein is getting in on it, promoting, you guessed it, the fake flat Earth.
Like Kyle Irving and Mark Sargent's shill.
Talking about, do you believe the Earth is flat? Everybody does.
Jaren's having to defend
the Bible
Alex.
teach, let me show you some pictures. Look, he has fixed the Earth. Look, he has fixed the Earth.
Jaren has to defend David Weiss, who was on Alex Jones. He has to defend Alex Stein, who's got his own show on
Blaze CIA TV.
Blaze CIA TV.
Earth, firm, immovable.
Firm, immovable.
Thou hast fixed the Earth, immovable and firm. So how can, if God says it's immovable?
He's Bible-splaining the Jesus saves person. Do you see how scripted this is? Jesus saves and hell is real. Yeah. And then you've got Alex Stein. What?
Chemtrails are real video.
How are we going 4 different directions around the sun? We rotate on an axis. No, but I'm saying, if this says the Earth's not moving,
demonic
then why do you think it's spinning? You don't believe the Bible?
You had Alex Stein out here Bible shaming the Jesus Saves person. Bible shaming.
I mean, he's serious.
So you know better than the Bible?
No, I believe the Bible.
That's what I'm saying. So you see, it says, he has fixed the earth firm, immovable. Thou hast fixed the earth immovable and firm.
Well, the earth rotates, though.
This is so scripted. That's a plan.
Jaren is actually having to defend this guy. People are saying that this is not good. This is like everything that you don't want to do to share the truth, right?
Yeah.
Dude, join the Flat Earth Society. We're trying to recruit people.
Join the Flat Earth Society. Join the
Irving's Flat Earth Society.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? Y'all don't know about the ice wall? Yeah. It's flat, dude. It's not moving. Okay, how's the quality, Jimmy?
It's good. We can hear you fine. We can see you fine. It's not lagging or freezing.
Dude, that guy. Dude, you know it's flat? You want to join the Flat Earth Society with us? Well, dude, sign up.
Sign up.
It's fake, right? All right, Brandon, let's try to go up here. See if we...
This guy's trying to spread Flat Earth awareness right now, right?
And he did like a shot of beer or whatever, right?
So you sign mine, I'll sign yours. How about that? You sign mine, I'll sign yours. Okay, I got a pin right here. Here, you sign this. Hey, why don't you sign up?
Actually, he doesn't believe in that.
That's what I'm saying. Sign up.
What?
Yes, we're recruiting Flat Earthers. Yeah, sign Zach up. We'll take his name. We'll take.
Recruiting Flat Earthers.
Yeah,
So
Mark Sargent is like a Flat Earth Society card-carrying member. Again, that's not me saying it.
all right, so this is that Flatlined exposing what Flat Earthers really believe. Veritas, checkmark verified channel, up to 193,000 views 10 days ago. And yeah, so what does he highlight here? Will Duffy, Jaren, and Austin Whitsitt. What are the chances that these three made it into this hit piece? And they're going to be in the December hit piece called The Final Experiment.
It's a coincidence.
Coincidence. Yeah, we're coincidence theorists.
That's right.
Would be the flight paths on the Gleason map. And by the way, the Gleason map is the only flat Earth map I could find on the entire internet that actually has the names of cities on it, which is bizarre to me. And if you look, this flight right here is 2.5 times shorter distance than this one. So Austin, why are these flights both within 5 minutes of each other, 3 minutes of each other on average? What is your explanation?
That is not to scale. You have to apply a scale to the outer regions of the map. It's literally on it.
Oh, he said there's a scale literally on it. No, there is no scale on the azimuthal equidistant, and it's not equidistant, right? Because the scale is going to a point at the north, and it's spreading to infinity at the south. So that means everything is contracted in the north and everything is spread out south of the equator, and no scale would work on this map whatsoever. Right? It can't have a scale. And so it's a straight up lie saying that there is a scale on the map. It's not even equidistant.
So literally a legend on the map.
Okay, so help me out here. Why can't you or Jaren or anybody else give us just a simple map of Australia? I'm not asking for the whole world. I'm not asking for you to go over the ocean. Why can't we just get a map of Australia that has the right scale and looks the right shape? Why?
Can we ask you though, what?
We have that. That's exactly correct. And the way we know that is through the latitude, longitude, distance calculator. And so this is going to be a part of the response video that I have for QNP. And we're going to be using this a lot. This right here is going to smash the AE map model.
Well, anything that's not 2 poles. Do you want to go overtime? Do you want to keep going? It's up to you.
Yeah, let's get into Jaren a little bit. So transitioning to Jaren, if you take a look at these logos here, especially like this one right here, This is the Club of Rome. And so if you look at this, what it is it is a globe, but they try to get as much of the continents all on one side of it as possible. And if you look at Jaren's logo, that's what his is. All he's done is he's brought the Americas around to the front a little bit closer, tucked them in, and he's got the Club of Rome, which is an actual globe, right? So let's start off with, we did our 24-hour sun in Antarctica covering Jaren and Will Duffy's, hangout that they did. And we got a comment from Jaren. So let's go through this quick. It says, I would, of course, invite you on to my show to show your model and explain it to you, but you clowns, again, just accused me of lying and planning this all. I'm a Jesuit, blah, blah. Yes, you are a Jesuit. We'll show some of the documentation that we've been sharing like 7 years now. Accuse me of being involved in a crypto scam. Yes, we've got the documentation.
Yeah, he was, right?
CIA, PSYOP, you're the one that talks about that. We just cover you talking about that. We don't say that you're in the military. We say that you use Tavistock mind control tactics, like saying things like simulation and Pac-Man.
He might be. I know he was, he says his job was a pharmacist, right?
The crystal ball and bat's blood selling was from your online witchcraft store.
We'll show it at the end of the podcast. We'll show everybody, like,
I don't know what the toddler. Yeah.
Well, you could debunk each one of these things.
Yeah, so
we're just here.
Jeran from Jeranism is a Satanist liar, and this is what he will not show you. All right, so you've got a little slideshow here. What is this? What is this? This is
Jaren's old logo.
Half of a globe.
That was his old logo.
Is if you're too dumb enough to see it, then you deserve what you get.
Yeah, you can click through it and see.
All right, so this is JC Camp. He works at BitScan. This Bellarmine College.
School, right? Jesuit. We don't call you a Jesuit, Jaren. Like you literally went to the Jesuit school.
He's got
Is that not the definition of what a Jesuit is?
He's got the.
It's creepy that he's got the awake on the shirt too.
It is creepy.
I'm pretty sure that a Jesuit school means that, hey, this guy was a Jesuit trained, raised kid, right? I mean, isn't that the truth? I'm not trying to like embellish it. There's the school. I mean,
there's the school.
It's not a Jesuit school.
It's a Jesuit school.
I mean,
Catholic Jesuit education.
No, this is not you.
Catholic Jesuit education since 1851.
So we're just making stuff up, Jaren. It's the truth. I mean,
this is from his witchcraft store he had online.
Yeah, bat's blood. He was literally selling it, and we're showing you.
Here's Missa and Jaren with a globe on the desk. This is while he was pretending to be a flat earther.
Or is this previous?
No, this was. The site was up. Yeah.
Yeah, we had it live. So, we're not making it up. I don't care if it's you sold bat's blood or whatever. It doesn't bother me. But you saying you did it and saying that we're liars is what I don't like.
Candles, incense, crystals, ritual tools. So we've got.
Where's your blood?
Bat's blood ink right here.
Right?
$33.
Making it up, man. That's $33. Get the. And
yeah.
So we're not making it up.
No. We don't do that. They incriminate themselves. So they call themselves the boss.
The boss. Right?
Yeah, like you were saying, he's got some serious ego problems.
Yeah, and then there's, he's a grifter. We show you this. Gang stalkers and grifters. That's all we deal with out here. Jaren is a grifter. He's always been. He's still doing it. He's going to keep doing it. It's fine. I got nothing against Jaren, but he's going around saying we're liars when we're just showing you what we found, what he shared with the world.
He shares a globe Earth image, but he'll say, but America looks too large in it.
This is the guy that's going to Antarctica to prove the globe, to debunk the Bible. And we saw it 7 or 8 years ago. I just showed you a clip from 8 years ago, me showing Jaren what he's trying to say is happening now to debunk the flat Earth, right? Come on.
So GoFundMe's, him and Missa, go fund them.
We're the bad guys.
So these are just screenshots of doing Jaren Campanella searches. And what do you get? Bitcoin scams and scammers. Right? Jaren Campanella, scammer, Bitcoin. This is... It's been scrubbed, but we are the document everything, guys. So it's here. And, scam reports, Bitcoin scammer.
But he's saying that, we're lying. It never happened, right? This guys just lie. That's all they do is lie, right? What do you mean? That's what you did, bro. I don't even care. It's what you did.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not perfect.
We just put up the pictures of him that he puts up.
He posted this, not us.
We're not making it up.
One who's the Bitcoin scammer, grifter. But he's now, and everybody knows he hates the Bible. He gets super angry. But he's the one that's going to go and debunk the flat Earth, which he says is a biblical book that you can prove flat Earth from the Bible. That's what he says, right?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So let's get into a couple of these clips that we have of Jaren from recently. We've got, we'll skip that. So we were talking about how we document everything. Jaren takes it down. So Globebusters took down pretty much all their content. They have back about 3 years. They don't have anything after that. Jaren has back about 3 years. He doesn't have anything after that. Now there is like a couple mirror channels, everybody. If you want to see, this is from 3 years ago to 5 years ago. But still, his 6 and 7 year old content is all gone. It's all hidden. You can't find it. Why does he take down content and hide it? This is something he did recently. This is going south seems to be the direction many are going. And I noticed that the live chat replay is not available for this video. So apparently he's getting some pushback from his own community, and he's taken down the chat. They're censoring people because he's got a mission. He's got an objective. And let's hear what he has to say. He's trying, like, he went and sat in his garage. He showed like a pinball type machine. Now he's trying to act like some dumb stoner kid just hanging out with us all.
Because that's what the world looks like. So the weird thing would be like if the Bible said globe. That would be the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. So wait.
He's saying it would be weird if the Bible said globe. He's setting up the false dichotomy. Fundamental truth number 2.
How did, okay, come on, now they're right, the fact that it doesn't tells me it was definitely written all before people had a fucking missing chromosome or something. I don't know what caused space belief, but
missing chromosome.
Like, who's the first one that makes him claim like, yeah, it's probably this big? How do you know? Just because I figured that Mars was You know, this big.
So I don't know. Is
that was Cavendish who came up with the.
He's acting like all super dumb here. I don't know, just and the thing is there's 24 15-degree units of longitude, and they're at the equator. They are all 900 miles wide. So 900 times 24 is going to give you the exact amount of nautical miles, and then you can translate that to statute or kilometers, metric, whatever you want to use. So getting the measurements for Earth it's relatively easy, right?
I lost this thing here. What happened here?
He's got to call himself the coolest guy ever. Coolest ever. Phone guy, coolest ever. Has he got an ego issue?
Are we still live? Oh. We're back. I have not seen it again. I don't know if you guys can see it either, but it said flat Earth. I don't know when or how long it'll take to get there again.
So he's acting all crazy. He said he saw flat Earth. Let's go on to our next clip of Jaren.
Okay. Kingdom in Context 20. Question for Pastor Will. If the trip happens and it's documented that there is no actual 24-hour sun, will you then believe the Bible?
Oh. That is so dirty.
Doing that to a so-called pastor. Will you believe the Bible?
So, yeah, I think Sean was like a pastor or some kind of preacher too, wannabe. I don't know. Don't quote me. I don't know for sure. I'm not saying I know for sure. So it's a Christian guy asking a pastor, if you guys go down there and the sun sets, will you believe the Bible?
Talk about false dichotomy straw man.
It's the flipped, the complete 180 of they're going to go down there, the sun's not going to set, and they're all going to say the Bible is a lie. How can you not see that that's exactly what they flipped there? Sean, he thinks he's clever, but he's actually very infantile. Okay?
Yeah, and Jaren...
And you don't film the sun setting, that does not prove a globe. No. So anything that you say diametrically opposite or pointing back to that as the only other option is an absolute lie.
So Jaren's insinuating that he believes the Bible right now, right?
No.
And well, until he sees the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, he believes the Bible. But then if he sees the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, he's not going to believe the Bible.
And he's going to believe that he's upside down with the sun circling around his head.
Well, so that's a clip. Then we get into Jaren's. I mean, if you ask somebody what proof of curvature they have, the only thing that any globe earther has is Jaren Campanella from Behind the Curve, because there is no other proof of curvature other than what Jaren supposedly did. So let's see how Jaren did it. Let's see his style. Let's see what lines he might use come this December, right?
Ready? Quiet on the set. Action.
This way a little bit. To your right.
What's that?
Press it once to turn on, then double.
Like they have to do a test over the water because it's not flat enough. They want to make it look curved now.
Well, keep in mind that they're using a channel that's not flat water anyway, because it's like a river. The water does flow, so it's got slope to it.
And tide.
And a tide. Yeah, it goes up and down by like 2 feet throughout the day.
They gotta take an average.
Take an average, yep.
We'll press it. Okay, hold on. Keep it right there. Let's say this is the light that you see. You just
How close he's got the light to it?
I don't think so. I think it'll be under a foot for sure. And then we're gonna have one of these panels in the middle, and then when we have both ones hitting at the same height,
they're doing all this setup at night, right?
It's so ridiculous, man. What a joke this is.
Is that the way you set up an experiment? You do it at night?
Jaren's got the pudgy belly going on with the Freemason orange shirt on. Come on, get out of here. Setting up at nighttime to do a measurement and an observation that takes precise measurements.
Yeah, the P900. It's not a low light camera. You can do star trails and stuff with it on super long exposure, but that is a picture where like the shutter is open for 20, 30, 40 seconds, right?
Yeah.
That's how low light photography works.
It's like Jaren trying to LARP as like a Mexican or something.
Yeah. Don't work.
This is ridiculous.
It's a prop.
In between, the middle people will. And then wherever it crosses the panel, that's it. Then we're done.
They're trying to measure the divergence of the light, and they were shining the light through a tree.
We're ready.
Through trees.
I'm ready.
So you're going to see it. I just want to make sure you can see it.
Looks huge.
Yeah, I can
It's
see
like
it,
30
but
feet wide.
Height.
I think right away, right from the get-go, I can see it, but I think it's very high. So I mean, this is already setting
It's
up
beyond the curve, right?
The flaws, the fail, right?
Okay, where's the...
We're ready.
I got a big beam, so you're going to see it. I just want to make sure you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it,
high.
but it's kind of height. It's height.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. All right, so I just want to point out here,
Experiment, right?
we're going to talk about it in a second here, but do you see what's right next to the beam right there? Trees.
It's a tree.
Trees.
Trees.
And it did get shown in other footage, but from this mockumentary, that's all they show there. But there are trees in the way as well.
Go up a little bit.
Looks like there's trees in the way too. Like there's trees in the middle of the observation, bro. There was clouds behind the moon in that last shot.
You got it.
There's
That's
trees
end.
in the middle of the line.
That right there is the documentary's cover, right?
Yeah.
That shot that you froze it on. That's the end of this clip. I mean, does his shirt say "Just do it"?
I guess.
Do weapon people? What's Jaren saying there? A long time ago. This was what, 6 years ago? 5 years? This was a long time ago.
Here's another part of that.
We were covering it because we told everybody they were going to do this. Jason's in this.
See, we could be considered conspiracy or coincidence theorists, the first time around, but we're getting to the point now where now that we've been able to call out Jaren is the turncoat, right? He's the one that's going to go back to the globe. Yeah, we're not really coincidence theorists anymore. Once we
What a coincidence that we said that Jaren was a globe earther LARPing as a flat earther, live action role playing from day one. What a coincidence. He's going to go back to the ball.
But he says no, we're the two watchers or something. He says
The two watchers. He's going to prophetize us, this guy.
Another night experiment, right?
Again, it's easy. Even someone's heart condition.
You have a back.
Because he
There we
knows.
go.
If you're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or at 17 feet off the water, the Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should.
that's because it's curved.
It's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're going to hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
He's not even holding it up.
It's not even up.
Look.
yeah.
When it comes on,
We don't
Jay,
see you, Enrique.
Yeah.
Lift
slow
up your,
motion
lift up
it.
your light way above
zoom
your head.
in a little bit.
There, he just turned it on.
See? Okay, I want you to go back a few clicks. I want you to slow this down to 0.5. And I want to show everybody that when he turned the flashlight on, he was pointing it at the ground. And then he just turned it like it was up. You can see how they faked this. It's ridiculous. I mean, but if you watch carefully. This proved.
That was it.
Ball.
That was the proof.
That was
y'all,
the proof.
Y'all just saw it.
And you go back, play at full speed.
How high is your light?
17 feet.
It's not even holding it up.
You know, it's his.
Look.
Okay.
We don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
Interesting. There it is. That's the famous quote. So I literally told this guy that the A map was debunked and that the sun traveled the wrong direction over your head 7 years ago. Here he is in a documentary proving curvature, and now he's flying coincidentally to Antarctica to prove what I said was true, but he's going to try to debunk the Bible with it.
Yep. So then
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, and then his pal Bob, who he's saying shouldn't go to Antarctica because he's very discreditable like himself. Bob was the guy that says Earth rotates. Right?
Yeah.
Video,
by using it,
that's for sure.
When we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15 degree per hour drift.
A 15. That is so retarded.
Yeah, no, it's the device itself only works off the fact that when it's not being touched, just sat down, it's stationary. Its movement through the reality after that is what we actually measure off of the static beginning point.
And Bob's ring laser gyro, he set on a lunch tray and rotated it.
Every single thing that is GPS guided, every farming equipment, every single thing that you've ever imagined that is being calculated anyway, it would have to be calculating the drift. And depending on its latitude or longitude, it would also have to calculate each an individual factor in. It would be an astronomical, it would be like going to the moon if you actually could. Which you can't, because the moon is constantly fixed at a certain distance away from each observer. You can never get to it, just like the end of a rainbow.
All right. And I just want to put this out here. So I did make it into the Behind the Curve documentary because I went to Pat Steer's mixer, and they had the guy that was doing the recording out in the patio. And what they did is they took a clip where I was explaining that being a flat earther does involve cutting ties with people that don't care about the truth. So I had mentioned how I was recently divorced and I wasn't speaking to my parents or brother, and now I've been divorced for a while and I'm still not speaking to my parents and brother, and it's because of the truth, not just flat earth, but the truth in general. So like I have a whole bunch of things against my parents because of them being Jehovah's Witnesses, and knowing that the name Jehovah and Jesus are psyops, and that the Jehovah's Witnesses are a Freemason controlled organization and all these types of things. So it's not just flat earth, but it's fighting for the truth that will separate you from people. And it's a fact of life that it takes a strong person to be able to give up relationships of people that you don't care about the truth. Right? So I did make it into the documentary here, and
low-hanging fruit. So the truth does divide. It does. Mm-hmm. Each one of us, when we find out something is either true or a lie, and this whole entire world that we live in, that everybody sees, is mostly run by people who lie. So usually the people that are running around saying the truth are hated. They're not liked. They're mocked, gang-stalked, ridiculed, put down exactly the way that it's gone, right? I have no stake in the game. I don't care if it's a ball, concave, cube earth. I don't care. I just want the truth, and that's it. But so we didn't think there was a 24-hour sun anywhere because of the hokey evidence, right? But then we got this footage. And I'm still not, I'm not going to say I'm 1,000%, but I do believe that, yes, I think that the stereographic virtual reality could have exactly what we witness. It would demand, actually, that a 24-hour sun would work both around the north and south pole parts of the stereographic map.
Yeah, well, we had recognized right from the get-go that the model, the Andrew Marsh site, which is a 3D sun simulator, the one that shows it going around the observer, coming out of Earth, heading into Earth, that yes, we had seen that the model shows there being a 24-hour sun in the north and south, but we had always seen obvious CGI. with cuts and just lots and lots of obvious CGI, where there's really only 10 to 15 of these fake pieces that are made, and you don't see any more until this came along. And so when it came in, right away found the location and checked it against the Andrew Marsh 3D Sun simulator, and they matched exactly. So because of that, we came out and we did a hangout 4 months ago, 24-hour sun circling above the horizon, the first possible real footage, and covered this. So this hangout's all about showing that this right here is probably a real 24-hour sun taking place in the north. Now, nobody has shared anything real like this in the south with us yet, but we're just going.
We do have some evidence. The supposed eclipse photography that took place there.
Yeah, so Union Glacier, right? If you search Union Glacier, what you're going to come across is the total solar eclipse in 2021. They were set up at Union Glacier. You even got a full 360-degree experience here, so you can actually do this, right? And so this right here, you get to see all 360 degrees, and you get to watch these guys filming the solar eclipse right here. And let's go ahead and bring up Stellarium quick. Come on, Stellarium. Don't be slow. Alright, Stellarium doesn't want to come up. It's saying force quit. So I'm gonna have to open it again.
Yeah, I can go to that spot again.
Yeah. Everybody gets to see how to do this, to test it out for yourself. Let me get this lined up.
Antares. Be like, what they call Antares.
Alright, so I'll set this.
Everybody, come on.
I'll set this up the way I like it. We'll turn those things on.
So just remember, too, as we look at the sky, everybody, in the Pizza Dome AE map and model, you'd actually have to see, if you were in Canada, you'd have to look through Russia. If you were in the United States, you'd have to look through Canada, across the ocean, through Russia to see the backside of the dome circling. Okay? And the globe Earth doesn't work at all either, the way that the stars work. It'd be cylindrical if we were actually rotating 360 degrees, as they say. It's the sun and the moon that move around us. Jaren's going to go and observe that.
So let's go to 12/4. I do believe that was the date. Let's just double check quick here. December 4th, 2021. Let's check this out.
Do you have the sun turned off?
I don't know why it's.
Where is the sun? Just follow the sun.
Oh, you know what I haven't done?
You're not in Glacier.
I haven't changed our location yet. So let's set this down here. So we're at 77 degrees. We want to get to 79. That's 81. 78. 79.42. That's going to be very, very close. So now, bring this. I looked at it earlier. We're going to look in the morning around 3. And what do we have here?
That's a huge problem right there. That picture that we were just looking at, that 369 minute and 22 second video. This gets out, it's going to be a problem for the AE map.
Let's go ahead and center this on the sun.
Remember when Bob said that after he did his gyro measurement? He got hot mic'd. They put a mic on Bob at a convention or a flat earth meetup at some place, I think in Denver. And Bob Nodell just happened to say, hey, this is going to be a bad thing if it gets out for flat earth. That Bob supposedly measured the rotation of earth, right? The first person to do it. Because the other people that tried measured that was the sky that was moving.
So we've got ourselves at Union Glacier right now. Just like these people are set up right here. Let's... Alright, they're filming the solar eclipse. And let's see which way they're looking. So the eclipse... Alright, the eclipse is beginning right here. And here is south.
It's traveling from right to left, too.
And here is southeast. Alright, and then their maximum eclipse. They're looking southeast. Alright, and we've double checked this Union Glacier camp. We know where the mountains are located, so yeah, they are looking.
Needed to be set there.
Southeast.
The A map destroyed. You don't need to go to the experiment.
It's over.
It's done. Here's the evidence. They've got it uploaded already to YouTube. 360-degree camera for everybody to check out. Spin it around, see what you want to see. Go to Solarium, check it out. Look back here again, see it. Oh, wow. You know, what's going on, everybody? Like, are we all fools to be playing along in this stupid debate? Or are we going to wake up and see that it's a psyop meant to divide? And it's probably going to get worse, but we're going to keep covering it.
Yeah, so this is the other aspect. We won't go into it tonight. What we'll do is the next time we cover this, we're going to go into how Austin Whitsit's now the biblical cosmology guy. Right?
Yeah, misrepresenting scriptures too, like Rakia. Like he wouldn't put it on the screen. He took a screenshot of the two just transliterated words. He didn't actually show the definition of them. Like, it was so shady. We're going to get into that.
All right, so plenty of content to cover, brother, and it just keeps coming. So I have a feeling it's going to be a really busy summer as we continue to, this fundamental truth number 2. It was set up so that we could defend the fact that we're actually on a fixed, immovable plane, and that it's got 4 corners, and that the Bible is true, right? And that this false dichotomy takedown of the fake flat earth has been predicted, and we're going to continue to call it out all the way through it.
Yeah, we're going to continue to smash it. It's super weak, beyond super weak. And we've been beyond flat earth. We're beyond atomistic reality. That's what we're here to do, and we're not biased. Whatever the truth is, we're going to follow it, and we've already expressed and shown how, yes, 24-hour sun absolutely is needed with a stereographic map, the way that it's set up with the sun's path between the tropics, and we've shown it. And all I can say is that Jaren, Jake, Q, you guys are all super weak. You're only going to hear this on the Yahawashai News Network. Stay tuned for the Rise and Grind this Sunday, 9 p.m. Central. Stay tuned, and we'll be back again for more.
Good night, y'all.